Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Simone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe down below. It's free and it helps me out a whole lot. So today's video, we're going to be talking about all things bullet journaling. I have my bullet journal right here with me. I started getting interested in bullet journaling in around November of last year. I was just looking on Pinterest for like different types of journal, artsy inspiration. If you guys don't know, I do love journaling. I've probably been doing it my whole life since I could write, and I'm also pretty artistic as well, so I like to draw and paint and all that kind of fun stuff. And I'm also big on organization, so having this bullet journal really puts all of those things together. If you're unfamiliar with what bullet journaling is, it's basically a method of organization. You can keep to-do lists, trackers, planners, all that types of stuff in here, but it just gives a more creative design and template, and you have full freedom on the layout of the book and what you want to include in it. So one of the reasons I really like bullet journaling, like I said, is for that creative outlet. I also like it because it does help me keep organized and keep on track with certain things that are important to me. For example, I have a mood tracker and I have a gratitude tracker because I want to be able to track my feelings throughout the month, but also track the things that I am grateful for. I want to practice more gratitude, even though I am pretty grateful for my life. I am very blessed, but I just wanted to take some extra time and write out the things that I am grateful for each day. The first thing that you need for a bullet journal setup is a dotted journal. I got this one for Christmas last year, but it's just a blank notebook, as you guys can see, and it has the dots. Yeah, it has these dots instead of the lines that a typical journal has. That's the whole point of bullet journaling. It gives you more creative freedom to try out different templates and designs and stuff. It's easier to write and sketch things out, and you don't have to worry about those lines cutting through your artwork and stuff. This way you pretty much have a blank canvas. So yeah, that's the first thing, getting a bullet journal. Like I said, I got this for Christmas, but I did pick this out on Amazon, and they're pretty much the same price as a regular journal. Just make sure it does say dotted notebook. I have a whole bunch of different pens and markers in this pouch. Now these things aren't like 100% necessary, so to speak, but these are things that I use throughout my journal. So the first thing is this pen. It's like a fine point pen. This is actually kind of required, I think, if you're doing bullet journaling, because it's just easy to do different types of outlines for your designs. I think you definitely need a skinny black pen. This one is from Prismacolor. I also have their color pencils that I use, but these are really nice. You also need some pencils to actually sketch out your designs. I always sketch out my design before I actually finalize it in pen and color it all in. Personally, I just use a mechanical pencil. I do have actual sketch pencils and drawing pencils, but I wouldn't say that they're completely necessary to do designs. You can definitely just use a regular pencil, because that's what I use on a normal basis. And for markers, I use these fine liner markers. So the first one comes with like this brush tip, and then the other end has the other fine point in that same color. So I really like that if you're doing outlines for the same color, just so everything matches and blends. I also got these white pens. These are really good if you're doing black backgrounds, or even if you make a mistake and you want to like cover it up in black, you can use these to write back over. So the first one I have is from Jelly Roll. I have the 8 and the 5, and that just means like the thickness of the tip. And then I also got this Pentel Milky marker. This one's actually my favorite white one that I got. So yeah, I think you should definitely have a white pen as well if you want to just do some different designs, and they also show up on different backgrounds. And then the next things I have are these midliner markers. I just got these not too long ago. It has like this chisel tip for like drawing lines, highlighting things. And then it also has this marker tip that I really like. This is good for just like coloring in and filling in different spots. So I like those as well, that I use throughout my different designs that you guys will see. And then I just have my regular pen that I use. I do have a set that I got from my aunt, and she gave me some really nice pens that she got. And they also have this fine tip, which I really like. It's a bit thinner than the black one I use for the outline, so I think it's perfect for me to actually fill in the journal, and they're really cute. So I have these. So yeah, you should have just like a regular pen that you do use to actually fill out the book. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything, but you should just have some regular pens to actually fill out your bullet journal. So I think that's pretty much it as far as pens. And then I also just keep a big eraser. This is just to erase my sketch and my outline once I already fill it in with the pen. So that's pretty much it for all like tools and supplies that I use. I also do have this little ruler. This actually came with my notebook. That was really nice. And I also got some stickers that came with my notebook. I do actually use stickers from time to time in my notebook for like reminders or special events, maybe payday, things like that. So I do like incorporating stickers as well. But onto my actual setup and the layout of the book. My first page, I just started with my name and my key. This is basically just giving me how I'm going to be filling out my journal when it comes to the planner section. So I have like my task, when I complete a task, if a task is in progress, to reschedule and schedule things if I cancel a task, events, notes, social media, and birthdays. And then I just filled out my name over here. The first thing I did for my setup was to have a title page. I just wanted a simple title page to start out the book, start out the new year. I think that's important, just to have a nice, cute title page. It gives you kind of like a sense of a theme that you want for your journal. My next part of my setup was my grid guide. I actually watched one video on YouTube. I think the girl's name is Amanda Lee. She does bullet journaling, and she's been doing it for a while now. So I did watch her video just to get some ideas on some starter pages. Now, starter pages are basically anything that you want to have for the front of the year, things that you want to track or have to glance back at. So like my starter page, like I said, I have my grid guide for one. You guys will see it more, but this is basically how I line up my different templates and stuff. It shows me how to split my page in half, vertically and horizontally, as well as splitting it into quarters, thirds, halves, and fifths. And I just put a little quote because I do like quotes. They help keep me inspired, and it also just gives me like an artistic break throughout the notebook so I can just draw a nice picture. So I did add some of them to my starter page, and as well as you can add like your goals, a year at glance, just to see your entire calendar for the year, affirmations, dreams, what you want to focus on, routines, and schedules. So it really doesn't so anyway, yeah, there's no real rhyme or reason to what your starter pages have to be. Like I said, I found a lot of my inspiration on Pinterest because this is new to me. So I just looked up starter pages for bullet journaling, and you can just add whatever works for you. After my grid guide, I have my year at glance, and you guys will see everything. But I literally just wrote out my year calendar just so I can pre-plan for certain things, just check a date real quick. It's just really nice to have on hand in the notebook. Then I have a page for my goals, things I want to focus on, my dreams, and also my affirmations. I got this idea from that video that I watched. This is how she set up her like goals and stuff, and then I just added a little quote at the bottom. And my layout, I was kind of going for slightly minimalistic, but I also did want to practice out different designs and templates and stuff, so I do get a bit creative, but overall I just kind of wanted simple themes and simple designs. The next page I had my goal planner and content ideas. Have it where whatever goals I want, I would write the goal on the side and then write ways that I want to achieve it. And then I have content ideas for Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest. Now these might change for you depending on what you make content for, or you can chunk it into different content areas, like let's say lifestyle, natural hair, and nails, which is what I do. So you can list it like that, but I just chose to do it by platform because I do kind of switch up how I create content for different platforms. Then next I have my routines and my cleaning schedule, and I already filled this stuff in at this point because I've actually been using my journal, but I have my morning routine and my evening routine and then my cleaning schedule for the house for the week. So I just did that, and again, I chose a fairly simple layout and something similar to what I did in the previous pages. I wanted a pink theme for just my starter pages, but for my monthly spreads, I wanted it to cater to that month and the time of year. And then I think this is the last thing. Yep, this is the last thing. And my starter page is a bills tracker. Now I didn't write out like what my bills cost and stuff. I literally just wrote out all the bills that I pay for, and I literally just check off when I pay it, because sometimes I do forget when I've already paid a bill because most of them come out automatically. So sometimes I'm like, did I pay that bill? And I don't remember. So this is an easy way I can just check it off when it's paid for the month, and I line that up for the entire year. So this way I can just keep better track of when my money is actually coming out. And then I just put a quote next to it because I thought it was really cute and fitting. And this one I said, money is a terrible master but an excellent servant. This is by P.T. Barnum. I like The Greatest Showman, so that's why I wanted to put that quote in there. So then next starts my monthly spread. I started out with my month calendar, just looking at January at a glance. This is where I just have every day of the month laid out. I can put birthdays, paydays, special events, anniversaries, trips, all that kind of stuff. And then I have a to-do list for the month, my goals for the month, and just some notes for the month. I have my mood tracker and my gratitude tracker. Like I was saying earlier, those are just two things that I really wanted to track more this year, so I decided to make pages for them. And as you guys can see, I already started filling it out. Today is the 14th, so I didn't fill it out yet for today, but this is what it's looking like so far. Really nice. So yeah, for January, I went with a blue theme because it's winter. So I want to do that. February, I'll probably do like pink and red, you know, hearts, all that fun stuff, and so on and so forth. Next I have my habit tracker and my bookshelf. Now I actually should have put my bookshelf as a part of my starter pages because I'm definitely not going to fill this bookshelf in a month, but that's just trial and error from first starting. But I have my habit tracker of just things that I want to do on a daily basis that aren't necessarily a part of my to-do list, but just things that I want to do on a daily basis, like drinking more water, exercising, stretching, meditating, posting on my social media, doing my chores, cleaning my house, making sure I'm filling out my gratitude tracker, things like that. I put a dot for every day of the month that I actually do that, and then at the end I can see how many dots I filled in and how consistent I was at doing those things, because another thing I want to do is track my consistency on things that I want to do. Yeah, and then again with my book tracker, once I read a book or when I'm reading a book, I just fill out one on the shelf. So this will probably last me quite a bit. I read kind of slow and I forget about my books sometimes, so I'm trying to get better. So yeah, that's for that. And like I said, all my designs, I do a pencil sketch first and then I go back in, which you guys will see. I didn't film doing my first pages because I was literally so excited when I got this book. I was just writing and practicing things out, so I didn't actually decide to film it until a little bit more into the journal, but you guys will see how I actually fill out the rest of it. Next, I go into my weekly spreads. Like I said, I already filled it out, but this is just like your typical planner page when you have your week and you can write out your to-do list and things that you want to accomplish for the week, anything that you need to get done, events and stuff that you're having on what days, and plan out your life. What I wanted to add is a weekly reflection, and I have a quote next to it. I actually have 2 quotes next to it, but it's a quote page. And again, there's no rhyme or reason to like my design or layout. I'm just choosing what I want and what works for me. So what works for me may not necessarily work for you. But yeah, for my weekly reflection, I have complete successes, what needs improvement, my best moment of the week, and also my worst moment of the week, because I really just want to reflect more on what's going on in my life on a week-to-week basis. The last page for the weekly spread is my brain dump. This design was just simple. I just wrote brain dump in some pretty fonts and then outlined it out and then filled it in. And my brain dump is basically just my journal page for me to just free write. And then I start back over with my next weekly spread, but this time I put 2 weeks together because I had 2 designs that I really liked, so I just decided to put it together. I don't know if I'll do that again. It's not bad, but I'm just not sure. I was just trying things out. And then I have my second weekly reflection. The top will be for the first week and the bottom will be for the second week. And then I have my other brain dump. And these last few pages are new. Well, actually just the last couple pages I knew I recorded the rest, but like I said, I am actively using this and adding pages. So I think the most important thing is to find your starter pages, like what you actually want in the front of your book, and then find a design that works for you for your monthly spread and like your weekly layout. Like I said, for the month, I want to track my mood, I want to track my gratitude, I have my bookshelf, and then my weekly spread, and at the end of the week I do a weekly reflection, and I also have a space to do a brain dump at some point in time in the week. And of course you can add more or less pages for those things. It just depends on what you write and how much you write, and it's really all up to you. Besides that, I'll probably add maybe some fun pages and stuff, and just trying out new templates and stuff. Like I said, this is my first book, so a lot of what I'm doing is trial and error, but this is just what works for me so far. I'm really enjoying it. I was having a hard time keeping up with previous planners just because, you know, sometimes I forget or I get off track, and then I feel like I'm wasting pages if like I miss a couple weeks or I miss a month or something, and then that's just a waste of paper. At least this way I can just like continue on the next page with a new design. You know, I fill it in as I go, so I feel like I'm not wasting it as much, because one, I'm doing this, it's very interactive, so it makes me want to go back into the book and actually fill things out and actually use it. And then I just move along as I go. Once I'm done with one page, I just go ahead and make a new one. I'm not really wasting anything. I'm definitely utilizing all of the potential of the book. So this was really fun for me and exciting to do this. As I go on, I'll probably have more tips and tricks for you guys and more things that I have learned while I do this, but so far this is where I'm at. And at this point, I'm just going to give you guys a nice satisfying clip of me filling out my journal and then showing you a final flip through of what my first pages and my first month looks like in my bullet journal. It's a HJN production. It's a HJU production. It's a HJU production. It's a HJU production. It's a HJU production. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. If you guys bullet journal, or if you have ever bullet journaled, or you're thinking about bullet journaling, let me know down in the comments below. We can chat all about that stuff. If you guys have any more questions for me and things that you want to see in my journal, do you want to see me just like filling out pages? Do you want to hear more about my process of using it? Whatever, just let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, please give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.